This is episode 3 of the Broken Mic Podcast. I'm Allan Green,
Larry James,
and we back.
We back in this bitch.
I think we got some good topics for y'all today, man. First of all, we got a couple guests in the building tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Got my boy Cruz,
What's up, people?
aka Cruz on Nations,
More shots.
aka Mo Shots by Cruz on Nations.
Filmmaker extraordinaire. All right.
Man, y'all need some pictures taken. Y'all need some videos shot, man. Y'all hit my boy up.
I know y'all ladies need some OnlyFans shots now.
Hey, them OnlyFans shots.
I don't want no problems.
I'm weak. No, I know a couple women with some OnlyFans now that might, need some extra help,
Girlfriend ain't going for that shit.
A couple. I don't know too many.
Larry, something. Keep going, bro. Because I showed Larry know he got a subscription about
Look,
15
man,
dollars.
we ain't finna talk about that.
We support our black businesses.
Hey, man, we got Jerel in the building, man. Show your face.
What's up, man? What's up, y'all?
My boy was humble
we-
with that thing.
Humble in the
My boy
market.
can't.
Hey,
What's up, guys?
hey, here with a one love, God bless.
That one finger.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Jerel, you know what I'm saying? AKA Wit.
With
You know what I'm saying?
squad,
Got the squad in the building, man.
I'm just here to
We got lights in this bitch.
Jerel.
Chill out.
We shining on these hoes.
Well, you should have glassed up your forehead, bro.
Forehead shining on these hoes, man. But shit,
Yep.
I think we're gonna have a good episode. Episode 3, one of my favorite numbers. I think this episode gonna be pretty good, man.
Yeah, man, I think so too, man. I think we in good hands.
Oh yeah, we got it. So shit, man. What's been going on with you, man?
Man, just the usual, man. I've been working, doing my little side hustle on the side, man. But just staying afloat.
What's the side hustle?
Can't talk about that right now, but it's going pretty well.
I mean, I got side hustle. Well,
What?
my side hustle's out of commission right now, of course, cause my whole. If y'all seen the last episode, y'all already know. But like everything, God been good to your boy, so I'm getting that taken care of. So applaud to that. You feel me? But yeah, that shit, I'm still waiting.
Have you been good to God?
I have been very good.
To God.
Yes.
I'm still stuck on the side hustle.
Right.
We all want to know what the side hustle
We'll probably
is.
get back into that later on.
Yeah,
So
bro.
we ain't finna start off with that. All right. So
Bro, don't tell me you on OnlyFans too. Bro.
nah.
we
No, the way
Nah,
you
no
made
way.
that sound, just like, okay.
But pretty much we wanted to get it.
I really believe. All right, look.
All right, so
Go ahead.
All right, pretty much we wanted to get into it, man. We wanted to talk a little bit about kind of a bit of a relationship topic. I'm pretty sure you all saw the viral video of Kevin Samuel. Pretty much he's a consultant slash I believe a dating coach. He has a YouTube channel as well where he has a show where people call in and they pretty much ask for advice. And this one chick called in, and the first thing that we saw, the viral clip, they were already on the call for a little while, I believe, if I'm correct. But the first thing that she said was that she wanted a 6-figure guy. She felt like she deserved a 6-figure guy. He pretty much shut that shit down, saying that because she had I believe one kid and like possibly a crazy baby daddy, that high value men that make that kind of money pretty much would go for other options. So tell me how you feel about that. Do you think that's true, or do you think he was blowing hot smoke? Do you believe that she was in the right to want what she wants, or what you think?
I believe it depends on how you look at the situation. Because from my viewpoint, I felt like he wasn't lying. At the same time, the whole part when he was saying or you're average at best or something like that. I feel like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, in the eye of the beholder. So it's like, you know, everybody got different tastes. You know, some people might look at her as like, oh, she a 5 or 6. Some people might see her as a 10. So it depends. But at the same time, looking at the reality of the situation and being realistic about it, for what she's asking for, I feel like it's a lot.
Okay.
I feel like it's a lot.
Well,
Especially with like all the stuff that she dealing with. Like, you know, the baby daddy and the kid. Not saying there's nothing wrong with the kids. Kids are a blessing.
Are they
But
deducting? Is that a deduction?
That's a tax write-off, though.
Yeah.
it is a tax write-off. For her.
that is very true. That's very true.
But if they get married, he can claim her and him. Or not him, but him, the baby. If it's a girl or guy.
If.
Hey,
That's a big if.
You see some crazy things happen, man.
Exactly, man. But I don't know. That's the way I see it. I feel like, you know, he wasn't lying. Now, could he have said it like nicer? I felt like he was trying to say it nice the whole video, and like she kept on denying the fact, and he was like trying to like let her know, like, look, you don't look all that, like, and she just kept on saying, well, and he just like laid it out to her because it's like she didn't get it. So
That's true. And also when he did pretty much she rated herself as a 5. He didn't rate her.
Exactly.
He asked her, which was smart. that was smooth how he did it. He didn't say, yo, I believe you're this or that. He asked her to rate herself, which she gave herself a 5, and then went on to say that she's a 6 when she gets her makeup and everything put together. But like I agree with you. I don't think he was lying, because people got to realize when you in a situation where you are financially free, you can pretty much do whatever you want whenever you want. You're not gonna put up with any fucking thing that you don't want to put up with. So if that person doesn't want to put up with, you know, a woman with kids, especially if he doesn't have his own yet. He does have options for, I believe the lady said she was in her mid-30s or something, and he does have an option for younger women. He's probably gonna roll with the younger women, and that's okay. I feel like, and the way he said it, I feel like it's okay to get your point across. However you gotta get your point across, because I feel like politically correct culture has kind of fucked up human interaction in a way, because now people are so cautious with what they say. You know,
they don't want to step on nobody's toes.
Don't want to step on nobody's toes, especially celebrities. You come across everybody getting canceled for having different beliefs in what they believe in or whatever they saying. That shit's kind of annoying, you know. So I feel like we need to get out of that, honestly. Say what you gotta say and get it off your chest. And if you don't like it, it's okay. People take everything too fucking personal now.
Exactly.
You know, so we are too sensitive.
It's
Very
become
much
a very
so.
sensitive culture.
Like, I get everybody has a right to their own opinion, but just because you have your own right to opinion, that don't mean that that everybody else has to agree with your opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's one thing that a lot of people get twisted on. It's like, if me and Larry he has one opinion on one thing, and I have one opinion on my thing, I can't get upset and be ready to fight Larry and try to cancel Larry and get Larry fired from his job because he don't agree with me. That's just not how the world works. You know what I'm saying? The world's not made up for everybody to agree with everybody. It's made up for everybody to have their own thing and believe. And everybody started getting canceled. That shit was crazy. It's like, didn't they cancel, what's that chick on Wild 'N Out? They canceled that one chick on Wild 'N Out for whatever her reason was. Like, so you just you gotta understand, be able to.
Yeah, I don't understand the counseling or anything. That's just my
I don't think people really get canceled for real. People don't get canceled.
But I mean, but
No,
still,
Michelle definitely got canceled. That was a successful cancel. They did that shit. And I feel like I feel like
I was gonna say so, but like I can't even argue like for real.
no,
because
Chrisette Michelle was a very successful counselor, and
Very successful counselor.
in hindsight, you know, I feel like the people did her wrong in a sense, cause man, she was just trying to come up, man. You know what I'm saying? Did she go about it the wrong way? Yeah, but for her to just get canceled so swiftly as it happened, I kind of feel bad about this shit. Now, cause I do like Chrisette Michelle. I don't think she had any bad intentions when she performed at the inauguration. You know,
I feel like it was fucked up.
you think so?
I think it was
Tell me
real
about
fucked up because it's like, how do you know that she was really for Donald Trump? How you know she just wasn't doing it
For the money.
for the money?
I that's what I said. I think,
Like as a job, like
yeah, I think she was doing it.
Seen.
I think she was doing it for a
I
promotion.
mean, Lil Wayne did the same exact thing and took a picture with a sweater on.
Right.
I mean, with Mr. Rogers sweater on. So, I mean,
And then what Wayne do? He came right back around and dropped No Ceilings 3.
and your point is he still got paid $1 million. He had to get that $1 million for promotion for No
But
Ceilings
so,
3.
but for Wayne, Cash Money wasn't gonna pay for
Right.
it. Somebody got to pay
Somebody
for it.
Trump.
Y'all crazy.
And if you listen to the mixtape real close, you can hear this is sponsored by President Trump. Okay, you can listen.
I ain't hear this shit.
I just playing this shit.
They were like, for real? They were pretty pull up no
Right.
so quick.
But no, it's kind of fucked up. Like cancel culture, man. Cancel culture been real crazy. You know, they tried to cancel Cole.
Man, come on now.
that was silly.
Everybody knew that shit wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, you can try, man. It's
the only some people who
It's
can counsel.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like 2020 folks is wild and niggas trying to cancel Cole now. Like what?
Cole is like the Tim Duncan of rap music. You know what I'm saying? I saw this comparison like on Twitter. Like it was probably a couple of years back. Like he Tim Duncan of rap. You know what I'm saying? Like listen,
Tim Duncan, really?
if I remember, but you gotta realize Tim Duncan.
I never heard this one.
Right, what you got? I'm not necessarily saying as far as personality, but you gotta realize Tim Duncan is a 5-time NBA champion. If I always tell people, if Tim Duncan played like Amari Stoudemire played with the same exact stats that Tim Duncan has, more people would love Tim Duncan and consider him a superstar just because he was the big fundamental.
I kind of feel like he's still a superstar though.
So like I always like Tim Duncan is a top 10 NBA player all time. Very arguably. I would personally Tim Duncan is right there with Kobe Bryant in my opinion. Both had 5-time NBA champion.
I can't disagree with that.
If Ray Allen don't hit that shot, Tim Duncan got 6.
Mm.
If Tim Duncan might have, I don't know exactly how many league MVPs he has.
Coach still got.
I'm gonna tell y'all who's better than both of them, man. If that's okay with me to mention, man. You gotta throw in the top 5. Kobe, like you said, Tim Duncan. You got of course Michael Jordan.
I'm nervous where this is going.
Robert Ory.
No, look, but for real though. Okay, I get what he's saying. Look, Robert Ory done hit a lot of big shots.
7 rings, bro.
He
He got 7 rings.
But Robert Orr, that's true. Robert Orr was
ain't
always
got the stats.
he was like he was always
hit
a
a lot
role
of big
player. He
shots.
did hit a lot of
Yeah,
big
big
shots.
shots.
He did
Big
his
shot ball,
thing.
man.
He very
From
important.
Alabama too. Man.
But I'm trying to but see the thing is Tim Duncan wasn't always.
He was real low key.
He was low key. He wasn't necessarily in a lot of advertisements, or he had a lot of sponsorships as well. And I feel like J. Cole, same way. J. Cole don't put his albums up to get Grammys. He kind of ducked off, but he's still considered one of the best to ever do it.
He don't put his albums up at all? Because I thought he didn't put the last album up.
Was it the last 2? I feel like it was the last 2. It might be the last. I know it was the last one, but I feel like it was the last
I think it was
2.
the last one. He didn't put that up for
Okay.
a Grammy.
He there gotta like beg him to put his shit up.
Yeah, and
Because he ain't really.
like J. Cole, man, I remember he had that interview with Charlamagne. He was like, man, I got this jewelry, man. He's like, man, I don't buy that shit no more. I ride a bike around, Manhattan or wherever he stay at now. I'm going to bring this back to what we were originally talking about.
Yeah.
But, that's That's why I say J. Cole like Tim Duncan rap. But ain't nobody finna cancel Cole for real. People love Cole. You know?
But
And old people love Tim Duncan.
And old people love Tim Duncan.
And
Basketball
Robert
coaches.
I swear to God, bro. So I've been playing basketball since I was like 5 years old. And I promise you, every coach I've ever played with, it's like, what you need to go do is watch film of Tim Duncan. He's fundamentally sound. Well, they didn't sound like that, but that's how they
I can
always
imagine that voice.
they always
exactly.
they always
What you
reference.
need to do.
Look here, yo, blood. Let me talk to you. But they always reference Tim Duncan because he's just fundamentally.
But yeah,
sound.
I think going back to you saying with the cancellation of people is just going too far, especially canceling comedians when that's their actual job.
That's
to
their
do.
thing to do.
I mean, that's
To
the thing
offend
too. Is to offend you is to bring change. And I mean, Witt said it earlier. He said, "I'm just here to offend." I mean, it's funny, but I mean, sometimes you need that to bring change. Negativity brings
You
positivity.
need that.
Because
Sometimes,
it's like if you look at
It's gotta be a balance though.
yes.
It's gotta have that right balance.
you don't get Dave Chappelle without him being that offensive person, bringing up topics that other comedians or even people in general don't want to talk about or are scared to talk about. So you got to think about. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
And I don't even think it's necessarily like negativity for real, for real. I think it's all about intention.
I think people definitely deserve or need to be chastised from time to time. You need that. You need that for growth. In my opinion, because it's so. If you do something wrong, you need to be told about it. How you it ain't be like
Yeah, but it's the difference
constructive
between
criticism
doing
or
something wrong
chastisement?
and then doing something that somebody doesn't necessarily agree with. But
Alright.
it's not wrong.
bringing it back.
So it's all about,
bringing it back to
having
the
a difference of opinions.
bringing it back to the Kevin Samuels video. She kept at it about the things he was talking about, trying to talk over him, trying to say, no, it's not it, to where she was pretty much ignoring what he was saying. So that's why he got so jagged with his response. And after that point, the way he was like, see, the thing is, you all call me saying all this, and then when I'm telling you this, y'all don't want to listen. So I feel like if it don't work at first, then take it up a notch.
Exactly.
It's okay.
They take that approach.
Yeah, but I mean, how many how often do people openly accept constructive criticism? It's in this day and in this time, because a lot of people don't ever think they're wrong now. A lot of women don't ever think they're wrong. A lot of men as well.
It's a lot of. I think that's partially due to social media, because now with social media, everybody got a platform, so everybody has a bigger voice, and then more people follow them on Twitter and Facebook, and and they have a big, huge following. Those turn into echo chambers, and that's just more validation. That's like validating. Okay, I got all these followers, so I must be saying something right.
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 It's like the man. What's the guy's name? Derek Jackson. Ain't that his name?
Oh Lord.
The guy that basically what he does is he knows his audience is women. So when he talks about why women might be in the positions they're in, it's never their fault. It's always the men's fault. That's his whole platform. He will say anything.
It's kind of pandering. To
Oh no, it's definitely pandering. That's all it is. 100%. It's pandering to the 10th fucking degree.
Wait. I've seen some of his videos, and it's like
Y'all ever seen?
it's
dude?
crazy.
Who is this guy?
Man,
You probably seen him before.
he always be in his car recording video. He be like, let me tell you, ladies, why so and so. I'm gonna send it to you after this.
Please
I'm gonna
send
show
it.
you this.
Yo, that's wild.
But pretty much it's never their fault. It's always the men's fault. And I feel like that's what kept going back to what Kevin Samuels was getting at. That's what he was saying. Like they're coddled to every day on their day-to-day life. You know what I mean? Social media, the shit, TV. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much. As they grow up, you know, because everyone feels like they deserve the absolute best.
It's
you
a
know?
social construct.
Even if they're a shitty person, they feel like, oh, I deserve this kind of dude. I deserve this kind of lifestyle, just because.
It's a social construct, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to tear that shit down, but that's why I'm here.
I feel like that's why communication is so important.
So let me ask you, Larry. How do you feel about dating a woman with children?
Well, if I dip back into my past,
Pull the.
Let me look through my black book.
Right.
It's time to
let me look
take
through
the
my
mask
old
off.
iPhone.
Go ahead, my boy.
Let me look through my iPhone 5 real quick.
Spit on. And by the way, I say that, but don't take it as me saying us men don't have our problems as well, but we're just not caught up to on a day-to-day basis.
And that's
pretty
your
much.
words.
Yeah, both men and women have baggage. Both.
Both.
I agree.
But yeah,
Preach on, preacher.
Like our baggage is not being 6 foot tall.
Hey,
I'm joking. Hey, look, that was a joke, but that was a joke, but it was true.
That ain't no joke.
But at the same time, I am 6 foot tall, so we out here.
This man is.
But see, I speak up for all my brothers in arms. We out here together. All right, go ahead, lady.
Right on.
Put up a fist on that shit.
Word, cause he's real though, man. It's not fair for guys that are only like 5'5", and maybe 5'8". Bro, it's not their fault, man. That's genetics. They can't just be, oh well, I feel like being 5'5" today, or I feel like being 6 foot.
That's one thing. Like, remember, like what me and you was talking about last night.
What's that?
About like the standards, like the double standard when it comes to like women.
Oh yeah.
And body shaming and stuff. You can't call women fat because they're not fat. They're big bone or they thick and stuff like that. But it's like, but women do it to men all the time, saying like, oh, he's short. Yeah, like when it comes to being overweight, like you can change that. Yeah. You exercise, you work out, but like you can't really do nothing about your height.
What kills me the most is women that are like 5'5" or 5'2", and they still asking for a man that's 6 foot. He like, even if it's like what's the requirement for them to date a man? It's like they gotta be at least 6 foot and up. Lady, you only 5'2". Like any guy over 5'5", any guy over 5'8" is 6 foot in comparison. And why he gotta be specifically 6 foot?
Why it gotta be 6 foot?
Hey, this is very true. This is very true. Cause I was talking to women, unless they got like a measuring stick, women cannot really tell if you 6 foot. Unless they like 5'10" or somewhere around it, they really can't tell if you 6 foot by looking at you. They can tell if you tall. And I say this because I was talking to this I used to talk to this short chick at one point. And first time we went out, she looked at me. She said, "How tall are you? Like you're like 6'3", right?" I was like, "You think so?" She was like, "Yeah, you pretty tall." And I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm 6'3". but I ended up telling her like later on. I was like, "Look, I'm only 6 foot." And she's like, oh, okay, but
then it grew some,
yeah.
some inches.
Right. So yeah,
you a fool, bro.
What you mean? You think I'm lying to you?
I know you ain't lying, but you still funny.
She's like, hell yeah. I was like, hell yeah, I'm 6'3". What you mean? But they look, unless a chick is like really tall, they really can't tell if you 6 foot for real.
But where did this number come from that they gotta be 6 foot?
Social media.
So everything like social media.
Man, social media is a motherfucker.
But bro, we can't even put that on height no more, bro. Because Kevin Hart's only like 5'8" and his chick bad. Damn,
Kevin Hart has hella
hella
dollars.
money too, so yeah.
You know, that's the thing that I like about like, you know, women's rating scales, you know, versus a men's rating scales. Like, you know, men we simple, you know, but women is they have a long checklist. So if we ain't got about 3 of them on there, it's still like 20 more that we can like.
But they got that big ass checklist. But if you don't meet the important ones, which is the 6 foot in height one,
I mean,
that's
but
dead instantly.
that depends because it depends. Everybody like somebody might have that like number 10. It might not be like top 5. It might be.
Look, even might be number 10 on the list. That 6 foot matters to them. You say what you want. That 6 foot.
I don't think it matters to all women.
Okay, maybe not all women. Oh, one boy showing off his veins. Okay. But it don't matter. It don't matter to them, but it does in a sense. I don't know. It just feels not to all women, but it just feels like that because it's on the internet so much. All you see is women with men who are at least 6 foot and up. So in your head as a young kid growing up, you instantly if you ain't at least 5'10" or up, you already fighting the uphill battle in your head as a young man growing up. As far as like trying to get women or getting in their standards or whatever the fuck they want to talk about.
Yeah.
So like I get it. Social media is hurting women too, but it's also hurt men too. But how come we ain't talking about that?
Cause we just gotta put our head down and keep it moving. We as men, we don't really have time to like trip over that kind of shit. You know what I mean? It's we can't go day to day wondering what the hell went wrong and why. Wonder, hey, look, we can't go to day to day wondering like that. We gotta go to work. We gotta handle business. We gotta keep it moving. You know, yeah, shit. We can't sit up and think about that shit all day. We gotta get on our grind and do what the fuck we gotta do. Cause unless it happens. It happens. It rarely happens, but shit, if we ain't making no money, who gonna take care of us?
Look, or you can just go ahead and take that Kevin Hart route. He might be only like 5'8". When he's standing on top of his checkbook, my man, he about 7 foot. So
Ooh, easy.
I'm saying. So.
I mean, you got like you saying, if you got money, and people know you got money, oh, you straight. They don't really care. It is what it is. Well, Jay-Z said, ain't no such thing as an ugly billionaire. He cute, right? That what he said.
Oh,
That shit true. A chick walk up to you and she know you a billionaire. She finna turn you down. You trying to hop down? Shit. Me show her to me. If her name ain't Oprah, show her to me.
It's hard to argue with
My
that.
name ain't Whoopi.
If her name ain't Whoopi, show her to me. You think Oprah ever get married?
hell no.
Hell nah, Oprah got too much to lose. Oprah know what the deal is.
Oprah is nothing. Every time I hear Oprah Winfrey, all I think about is that Dave Chappelle skit. Is that bad?
Nah, cause I be thinking about that shit too.
That shit funny as hell.
I be thinking about that shit all the time.
What's that dude's name? What was it, Evan or?
I can't remember.
remember that dude's name.
Oh, you talking about Stedman? Stedman, yeah.
Don't fuck this up for me, Stedman. Every time.
Alright, but
Crazy, man.
alright, let's get back to it. Larry, I don't think did you answer? I don't think you answered.
Nah, I ain't.
Okay, go ahead.
So you say how I feel about dating women with kids, right?
Yeah, like do you think it's how do you feel about it? Would you do it, you know?
I've had my share. I've dated. I dated a good number of women with kids. I mean, I feel like as we get up in age, like it's something that's like I think it's difficult. It's difficult. It's difficult to find a woman without kids. Like I won't say it's difficult, but I say like I'll expect women to have kids, like, cause I'm getting up in age. I'm old. I'm almost 30, so it's like if I run into a woman, like I'm gonna expect her to have kids. But I don't necessarily have a problem with it, but I would say like it's difficult from time to time.
Let me you still going? Well, let me ask you this. You say it would be difficult, but you don't have kids, right?
No, I ain't got kids.
So, do you feel like it would be? Do you feel like the women with kids are just more available than the women without kids, or
Most definitely.
think so?
Yes.
You said the women with kids are more available. You sure about that?
See,
From what you, I'm saying from what you were saying, that's what.
This is
That's
for
exactly
you.
what we're going about. What you saying?
Yeah, that's what you were
For me, that's
saying.
different.
Because you were saying it'd be hard to find. You expect them to have kids.
Right.
I mean, sometimes they have kids, sometimes they don't. But I'm just saying, like, I tend to deal with women around my age, and I know older women, they tend to have kids.
How many kids? What's the ratio you think? How many kids they might have? It's either like one
What's
kid,
the
two.
average?
It's the average.
The average
Amount of kids you think?
that I'll deal with, or
Oh
that,
no. Well, I mean, okay, that's two different questions. It'd be one, how many you think?
because I wouldn't be able to tell you the average.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like it gotta be at least.
I'm thinking 2 kids. I think 2 kids is like.
But I can say how many I can deal with. Like, my limit is,
Be real.
my limit was 2.
Was. Okay, what changed that?
But
is-
now,
Hold on, what is it? What is it now?
Yeah, what is
What
it
is the
now?
limit now?
now is 1.
Oh, I thought you were finna
Oh,
say.
I thought that.
I thought you were finna go up. I was gonna say,
If he would say 4, let me see your
I was
chest,
saying,
bro.
Blair trying to get the Brady bunch,
Yeah,
man.
Hey, he said I could deal with at least 5. You trying to get a starting 5 out here.
Yeah, I feel it, man.
I need to see your paycheck. You
But
might
it's
get
like,
more money than
I don't
you
know.
think.
It get tiresome. Like, I don't have a problem with the kids. It's just that I know that she got to handle her business. She got to take care of her kids. So she's gonna put her kids
See,
before.
I knew he was gonna
Can I speak on that? I think that's the reason why I was like, okay, like how many you willing to deal with, and how many, what's the ratio? Because at the end of the day, bro, like that plays a role. Like, you gonna get eventually you're gonna get fed up with it. The issue that we have, like with women having kids, they can't get a man that can deal with that type of situation, right? Can deal with them having multiple kids. And the thing that we love about the woman, which is them being a great mother, is the thing that also hurts the relationship because you ain't got time for me.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
That's like a catch-22 in it.
Right.
I feel you.
But I feel like as a man, you going into a situation knowing she has kids, you kind of need, you have to expect, like, okay, I know that the time that I would like, I'm not going to get. I'm going in here expecting. It's almost like, okay, my expectation is here. As a man, you dating a single woman with no kids, you gonna get all the time you need. At some time, when you date a woman that has kids, you have to lower that expectation. Like, I know I'm gonna get at least this bare minimum, about whatever hour, 5, whatever hours, and then all the way going to the kids. You have to expect that. Now, if you get more than that, you better take it and run with it.
Yeah.
But as a man, you going into it, you know she got kids. You should expect, I'm not gonna get this kind of FaceTime with her. So get all the FaceTime you can, and you have to appreciate that. Just go with that. You can't go with high expectations, man. I'm finna go in here and I'm finna get this attention. Nah, it's not gonna happen. That shit gonna get shut down real quick.
Yeah.
Do you believe it's more of a get in where you fit in situation with women that do have kids? If you trying to pursue a relationship, from your experience,
From my experience,
how well
yes
did those?
and no.
Okay,
What?
explain that.
Please.
And you got all three of us doing what? Huh?
No, let me
more.
explain.
Please.
Elaborate.
Elaborate, my brother.
Elaborate.
Cause I
bean pie.
I dealt with a chick who had a kid, but they didn't technically like stay with him. Like their kid was out of state, and
Oh shit, she
Dad.
ain't got no kids.
That's a real kid. We talking about a mother.
That's what
these kids are there every day.
but it's still a chick with kids, man. I'm just saying.
That's all they on vacation.
That's,
They on a school bus trip.
A long ass
That
vacation.
sound like she only there. That kid's only there on spring break.
Yeah.
That's what that sounds like. We talk about having dealt with a woman with kids. This kid stays with this woman.
Yeah.
90% of the time, and we talk about this shit. That kid flies back and forth between different states, bro.
Well, the kid probably wasn't flying back and forth either, was it?
No.
You ain't dating
So
no, fuck that. You ain't dating
I
no
don't.
kids, bro.
Okay, I don't really want to get into all that as far as the details of that situation.
Yeah, I
But-
don't want to put their business
Right,
out
so
on Front Street.
all right, so really,
man,
have you talked to any other women with child?
Yeah.
How they? Okay, well let's talk about the child stay with them.
Yep.
Oh,
He said
all right,
with
well,
child.
tell me about that. How'd that go, my boy?
It was.
Ooh.
I ain't gonna hold up. It's been multiple, but it was one situation. It's just it didn't make any sense at all. And I run into this a lot. Like I'll talk to women with kids, and they'll prefer a man with no kids.
And that's ass backwards.
Oh wow.
I'm actually say something as far as that. I don't have any kids, so I prefer, actually, to be 100% honest, I've never even been on more than one date with a woman that has kids. So anybody that I spend a decent amount of time with, they don't have kids. Cause that's my preference, and I don't really give any kind of room or any kind of leeway with what I prefer in someone that I could possibly take our relationship or whatever it is to another level, cause when women have preferences, most of the time they really stick with them. Like if a woman prefers a dude that's 6 foot, I prefer a woman with no kids.
I feel like there's nothing wrong with it.
Oh, are you damn right? Ain't nothing wrong with it.
You a god.
Ain't
Of course you
nothing
ain't
wrong
gonna
with
see
it.
nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, but what I'm saying is, everybody got preferences. I got my preference. She got hers. It's the situation. When I have kids, I want to raise my own. Not no, what I'm saying, no shade to anyone, and sometimes you get in situations that, you kind of get into a bad situation. I always say, like, when women have multiple kids, that first kid, the shit happens, but after that you need to learn from your mistake if the child was a mistake.
Real rubber.
Wear, like my boy said, wear a rubber. But yeah, that's how I feel about the situation. I really don't. I don't really date women that have children.
When it comes to me, like, it's not like the women that I date with kids. It's not even like the fact that they have kids and the issues surrounding that. It most of the time it be their mindset.
Like what?
I feel like
talk about that.
I feel like a woman's mindset changes after
So hold on, can I stop you there? Okay, look. If you gonna say that, okay, I want to hear from a woman's perspective.
I do.
Because it's different from a man talking
We
about.
do need some
you know
women
what I'm
on
saying?
here.
Yeah,
It's
we
different
do.
from
I
talking
would
about
love
like
that.
a man trying to talk about from a woman's perspective.
It's
When
like
you
a
not a woman.
continuation to this.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, ladies in the comments below, please put what's the difference, I need y'all perspective on it.
But like Larry said, the women who have kids that he talk about want a guy that doesn't have kids. Like, why do you like I said, it's a preference, but why do you feel why do you feel so strongly about that when you have a kid? You know, like if I had kids, I wouldn't say, well, I can't date a chick with no kids because I got kids. How can I ask for something from you that I don't have myself?
Exactly. You know, it was one chick I was dating, and she said, you know, while we was talking, she was like saying like, yeah, I prefer a guy that, you know, doesn't want any kids or has kids and doesn't want any more kids. And so it didn't hit me then. But like after I got home after the date or whatever, and it's like I'm like, hold up, that shit don't make no sense. I'm like, she already got 2 kids. So I'm like, you dating a guy that has kids and doesn't want any more kids. Why would he want to get with you and you already got 2 kids? There's 2 more kids that he don't want.
That he got to take care of.
That he has to take care of.
Well, let's not say that he don't want. Some guys actually don't. They don't mind.
But I'm just saying, like in her situation, if she was to date a guy and he already had
I mean, I
3 or
agree
4
with
kids.
you. I'm just throwing a small disclaimer out there. Go ahead.
But yeah, like it's
What you saying? Where the rubber?
exactly. But like to me, it's a whole like mindset thing. Like, you know, some women they have kids and it's like, you know, maybe things didn't work out with the baby father. Maybe the baby father's in jail. Maybe he died. You know, it's all type of situations. But I feel like they develop certain type of trust issues when it comes to men, and it's like it's kind of hard. Like, you know, I seen situations where it's like the woman they'll fall in love with the man that they with, but either the child doesn't like the man or the man don't like the child. So it's like it gets.
Hey, look, I'm sorry, bro. Keep going.
I guess that's
So
so
it-
got a question though. It was not a question, it's a statement. It's like what it seems to me is like, and it's more so mainly black women and black men.
That kid and that dad need to box it out.
Yeah,
I'm weak.
I'm weak.
But I
So-
seen it happen before.
Yeah, that's true. But I think that the issue is we both looking at, and that's what I like his point. Kind of like we got both ends. We got black men, black women. They both. Hey, something wrong with you, and what your opinion is, and what you like. You know, something wrong with you, but you had to get. We both got shit. You know what I mean? We both ends got issues, and we both got some problems. So at the end of the day, if you don't drop yours and I don't drop mine, and don't try to listen to what the other person's saying, shit, we gonna stay single forever. You know what I mean? Somebody gotta drop their issues to get in a relationship, and that's just in general. It's not even with kids, none of that. It's just that's facts in the relationship. If you over here if you leave the toilet seat up for your girl all the time, you feel me, and she got a problem with that, and you don't try to listen to her and try to fix that, that's gonna be an issue. I know it's so stupid, it's simple, right? But that's just kind of how life is. So if your issue is, yeah, I don't trust dudes, but you got multiple kids,
Right.
and then here I come by, I care about your kids, but you don't trust dudes, you would never find the right person. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I think that's the problem that I think a lot of women and men have. I think that's something that, or black men and black women, I feel like have issues with. Because I'm black, so that's all I can speak on.
Right. I feel like it's a.
I was waiting for I was waiting for the white man perspective for you to come out.
Yeah, I don't know anything about
I
that.
don't know it.
We don't know. We don't know.
If you're a white man, comment.
Drop a comment below.
Y'all.
Hey, let us
Even more interesting.
let us know what's going down
in the white
in that community. You know,
Leave us a comment, Andrew.
Andrew,
Leave us a comment, Andrew.
I don't know, but Andrew be dating black girls though.
Still leave us a comment, Andrew. Leave us 2 comments, Andrew.
Hey, 2 comments, my boy.
I need it on both sides. You dating the black one. I need on you dating the black woman and you dating the black. I need to
But
know
no,
this.
man, like I
He
feel
said,
like
where is Andrew's chick?
it's definitely the mindset. I feel like it's also on my end, I felt a little trickery because it's like, you know,
Trickery?
yeah, trickery. I feel a little trickery
bamboozled.
coming from the
I've been
women.
bamboozled.
Coming from a Sprite or something.
I've been bamboozled.
I've been hoodwinked.
I am flabbergasted.
Oh, geez.
But no, man, like I get in, I date a chick with kids, and she'll say like, "Oh, I'm not looking for such and such, or I'm looking for this," and then get into the relationship, and it's almost completely different. Or, you know, I let them know like, you know, my situation or whatever, and it's like, "Oh, that's fine," but then once we start dating, and we, you know,
It becomes an issue.
later on it becomes an issue.
At that point,
Unaddressed
at that point, bro.
issues that
And it's not, but at the same time, like I've addressed like, yo, this is my situation, this is what I have going on. Now I've never been in a, you know, a situation where it's like, you know, I didn't know she had kids until like 3 months in. Now that's some crazy shit right there.
that's a whole nother conversation. But
It is.
Jump in, bro.
But
Go ahead. Were you done?
So you've been in a relationship for 3 months and you didn't know they had kids?
no, I'm not saying that.
If-
I'm just saying it's not
Oh,
that type
okay.
of situation.
Look, the way you said it, I'm just
Oh,
like,
okay. I was gonna say, yeah, you should cut her off immediately.
yeah, y'all. That's when you got to box.
Speed on.
I'm just saying
talking
I've dealt with situations where it's
Pause.
like,
On some
you
Kodak.
know, for example, they'll say like, oh, like, you know, and it's like, I kind of take offense to it a little bit when it's like, you know, I date this kid with a chick. Oh, such and such, she doesn't need a dad. She already has a dad and all this and stuff. And it's like, yo, you
that shit sound good, don't it?
like you doing it in your head. You like,
That shit sound good, don't it? Like, hell yeah, that perfect.
it sound
That
good
right, exactly.
But
It
then you
sound
walk in
good.
through them doors and it's
until
like,
they start asking you like, hey,
Can you pick her up
Lil,
from soccer
Lil
practice?
Molly,
Or
she
basketball
got a
practice?
field trip. Send $50. Molly ain't my baby.
You said her dad was taking care of her.
Yeah, you
happened?
said this is what you said. You said Pop had that. My name not Pop.
I might be daddy to you, but I ain't daddy to her. There's a difference. If you tell me
but
from
the issue
jump,
that I had is like, okay, if I'm dating this girl and if we stay together long enough, eventually I'm gonna consider, you know,
But
being in a long term
At the
relationship
same
and at the same
though.
time, you know, leading to marriage. So eventually, if we do get married, I'm gonna be that child's stepfather. But if
that
that's
goes
not
back
what
to
you're
you were
looking
saying,
for,
that goes back into what we were saying though. Like,
why even date me in the first place if you telling me that's not what you're looking for?
Cause
that goes back to the expectations though.
They don't be knowing.
You
half the
know
time,
that shit.
you know.
You know that shit's gonna happen. I feel like you gotta know that shit's gonna happen at some point, right? The same way, you know, I'm going into this relationship. If she has 1, 2, 3, 4 kids, I know my time with her is gonna be limited. But at some point, even if she just has 1 kid, I'm not saying that I need to expect that she gonna try and do some trickery shit and ask me for $50 to send little Susie to go to the fucking Alabama Museum. I'm saying that at some point, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I'm a man. I'll support this one time, or I support not even this one time. I'll support her. If you're gonna support her, you gotta support the kid too, right?
I totally agree with it.
But if she don't pull that trick, it can't be no trickery stuff though. I'm saying like in a perfect world, y'all dating, you know she has 1 kid, and she hits you up and like, and she tells you that she has a dad and her dad takes care of her. But then this one time she comes to you, hey, Susie needs what X amount of money to go on this field trip. You kind of, as a man, you expect that, you know, okay, I'll help out, boom. But now she keep coming back. Where's the dad that you were talking about? You know what I'm saying? That you were saying taking care of her. What's going on with this? That's in my head. Like, something ain't adding up. Is there a dad really here? Is he really doing what you telling me? You feel what I'm saying?
Right, cause like as I was saying, like I would, pretty much saying what you going back on what you were saying. I would, and see, I don't like being into those kind of situations, which is mainly why I don't really put myself into that kind of situation. As far as when I'm dating someone,
You feel like you can get complicated, and it's like you rather not deal with it.
Always get complicated, because we don't live in a perfect world, so something gonna happen.
That's unfortunate.
What can happen probably will happen, always. But yeah, man, if you gotta, if you go into that situation, you gotta. If she's saying don't worry about it, he or she got their own father or whatnot, you don't need to do anything, then she need to stick to her guns with what she said. And if she don't, then it's up to you whether you want to dip out or not. Me, I would dip out, but that's just me. Cause you lying, like you saying one thing, you doing another. That's the most annoying shit ever, for real.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Now you come in a situation, you being transparent. We come as a package. I might need some help with this or that and all that. And when they say things like that, I'm automatically assuming like, well, how you been? I'm a think, well, how you been getting by so far now before you met me? That's gonna be what I think. But at the same time, if she being transparent, then you gotta expect it. So.
But what's going on in your head? I'd ask that question though, because I feel like if you dating somebody that has kids, transparency is the number one key between both of y'all. Of course, that's communication.
Exactly.
But that has to be the biggest thing if you dating someone with a kid. It's transparency. What's going on?
That's dealing with a woman in general, bro.
Very much so.
Yeah. I need that a little bit. I need that a little bit more.
I'm in a relationship, so understanding transparency is key, man. I tell my girl all the time, who was just calling me right now, like, it's important that we gotta continue to have communication, because if y'all not on the same page, if someone's mad and they don't want to let that be known, that's a problem. Right. That's an issue. That's something that's eventually gonna come down the line that's gonna bother someone, because that means I don't care about what you're going through. We can't talk about, if we all happy and good, right? Everything can be just happy and good. That's just my opinion. You can't be happy and good in one moment, then when it hit the fan, we just looking at each other mad and pissed off at each other, right? No, we need to talk the same way we was talking when we was happy and good, when we was all lovey-dovey,
Right.
Yeah. It need to be the same way when we and mad at each other. But that's the issue. Like I said, especially when you have kids, because now you adding in not just your attitude towards the other spouse, but you added in the kids' attitudes and how they feel about you and whatever energy. So you got to add that in. That's 10 times. It's like a bomb, pretty much.
Especially if you got a crazy baby daddy going on at that too.
Man, if the baby daddy
Or if you're dealing with the crazy one, that's even.
It ain't even no question. Let me find out baby daddy be tripping. Oh, fuck that. I ain't got time for that shit.
If the baby daddy tripping, I don't deal with him.
I ain't got time for that kind of bullshit there. You can holler at somebody.
I don't deal with him at all, bro. I can't do it.
That shit fine.
Do y'all feel like when it comes down to communication between men and women, how much different is that? Like how much different is it for a man to communicate with another female and another female to communicate with the man? Because it's like, it's easy if I'm having problems with my girl and I come to Cruz or I come to Larry or I come to Allan and we talking, but then I get back home and I'm with her and we face to face, we just sitting on the couch and we just looking at each other or we just looking at TV and we ain't really trying to fix it, and vice versa the same way.
I think the communication thing, men and women just two different creatures for the most part, so it gets kind of tough. Like me, I'm in chill mode when I'm hanging out with somebody for a majority of the time. So I might just be sitting there chilling, not saying a thing, and I might have like a look on my face that might, from what I've been told, where I look like I might be upset or some shit. Yeah. And I'm not even thinking about nothing like that. So they be like, "What's wrong with you?" Nothing. I'm fine. What you mean? What's wrong with me? I'm good. no, you need to tell me what's wrong. What the fuck you talking about? I'm good. I'm chilling. Like what? I'm straight. I feel like there's something wrong. I'm perfectly fine. But they won't accept that. They feel like there's something wrong. He not telling me something, so and so. And then also I feel like with on the other end, on the other come from the other side. I feel like women they wanna. They of course they like to talk things out.
Yeah.
But when they talk things out, from my experience, they go in circles with it. So we'll get to one point. Next thing you know, we back where we started. Go for another 10 minutes. Okay. Oh, but let me tell you this. This is what I'm thinking too. So we back to where we started again. So I'm trying to get from point A to point B. Like I'm trying to get
it. Not moving. It's not moving and continuing.
Right. It's not. Yeah.
It's like you're going back and forth with it.
Right.
And sometimes, and I think I'm coming from understanding it because it's sad. It's kind of low key. Like the man end up turning into the female on how they feel. Cause like me, I'm like, all right, you're not talking it out. You're not understanding that it's a process to this. You got to go plan. Step 1, step 2. All right, it's solved. But until we keep going back and forth, like there's no clear understanding and no grasp of what we talking about.
Right.
Then what the hell?
Exactly.
It's dragged and now we in the hour and you now you're gonna talk? Like, come on, man. Like,
right.
Come on. No, now you understanding? Come on,
like
I ain't missed the whole game. I missed the whole NBA and football game, man. I could have played Madden. Or I could have played, you know what I mean? There's so much shit. That's just my age.
I'd have missed out on playing the PS5.
Right. You know PS5? Come on.
Cause I can be like, oh, I can be listening to someone talk to me, and I'm like, I can take it all in. Okay, yeah, and that might be all I say, but because that's all I'm saying, they feel like I ain't listening. I'm like, okay, yeah, we here. I got you. Y'all see what you're saying? Keep talking. Okay, I see what you're saying. Now
they be more
we got to the end.
That,
so when we find
response.
Right. So now when I feel like we finally got to a solution, I'm like, okay, that's it. I got you.
Okay,
let's keep it rolling.
Let's get it.
But because I didn't
respond,
right? Because I didn't respond like they want me to.
They want that fucking interview.
Yeah, they want an interview. They want to know when's the last time you had to lead a goddamn team or some shit. Like, oh man, that's too much.
Last time I was playing Madden.
I had to trade my play.
Man, my quarterback, my first team quarterback got injured, so I had to bring him the backup.
I ain't gonna lie, when I was the biggest decision when I was playing 2K, I traded Westbrook. Had to send it to the Wizards.
When it comes to that interaction, like at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, communication rules the nation. Like basically what Cruz was saying, if y'all having issues, it needs to be something that y'all should be able to talk. You should be able to talk about anything. Anything. And if you ain't able to talk about anything, then I feel like that's an issue.
Wherever that issue you can't talk about, that's going to be the one that's going to stab you. If you can't talk about a jealousy, then you're somebody that's going to be jealous in that relationship. If you can't talk about cooking and cleaning, them dishes going to be dirty. That food ain't going to be cooked. They're just
Because one issue that I had, you know, in a past relationship is like, you know, I've had issues with certain things that she did. And it wasn't even like nothing big. It was something small, but that something small became something big because I didn't speak up about it when I should have. And me like, okay, maybe, you know, that was a mistake. You just want, I don't need to, you need to chill, or no, don't do that. And it's like not checking her when I should have.
Oh jeez.
That's wrong.
Okay, let's not use that check word.
No,
use that check word with these
ladies. I'm using it. I'm using it.
Let's not use the
y'all
check word with
y'all
the
ladies.
ladies.
The smoke coming off from Larry's head right now.
right. He's trying to figure out the right word they fucking use.
Hold on, when you didn't bring it up though.
Oh shit.
Did it? It didn't bother you enough to bring it up. Is that what you're saying? Or?
This nigga said check. Oh my god.
Shit, that word.
In a way, yeah. I felt like
not a punch.
Get us some views, Larry. Fuck up.
Check. No, I should have checked her.
Who the fuck you checking? Give us some views,
Because I feel like Because I feel like if I do something
bring
wrong,
out an emotional
should check me.
response. Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
If you don't have a tear
Go-
at the
No,
end
not
of your
with the tiny
eye,
voice.
at the
Go
end of what
ahead.
you saying.
Don't hit him with the tiny voice. Hit him with that deep voice, man. Don't hit
Well,
him.
first off, ladies,
yeah,
I
yeah.
just
Hit him with the Barry White.
Yeah.
The
Let's get
Larry
it
White.
on.
Don't hit him with that tiny voice, bro. Hit him with, say it with your chest.
look, first of all,
no. I say, hey, there's a lot coming up. Trust that shit.
no, I felt like it was something that it kind of bothered me, but I felt like to anybody else it would be like a small situation or it's not that bad. But if it's something that's continuous and you just keep on doing it over and over and over again, it's like then it starts to get on your nerves. Then it's like so I've dealt with that a couple of times.
So
Me speaking about it, but at the same time, it's a conversation that me and you had a while back. You know, sitting down and talking, sitting down and talking with your significant other, and it's like that space to be open and honest and being you know kind of vulnerable in a sense. Like, yo, this is what bothering me. This is what I deal with. And it's like, I feel like that's all fine and dandy, but what I don't like about it is like, you know, men don't have that healthy space to be that way. Like a lot of women, and I feel like that's an issue. Like a lot of men can't open up to their women because they feel like, oh, their women gonna see them as being weak
Yep.
and stuff like
Go ahead, say
that,
the word. Go ahead, say the word. Go ahead, say the word.
Bitches.
and being a bitch.
Man, stop saying like, man, say it with your chest, bro.
Being a bitch. Shut up. But no,
Man, you make a great point, man.
That is a great point because I was in the relationship one time and between me and her, it was the biggest thing when it came to communication was how we grew up, right? That was how her growing up was different than how I grew up.
yeah,
In her family, she was able to talk to her mom and dad about anything. Well, okay, probably not anything, but you know what I'm saying. She was able to open up to them about whatever, whether it was school, guys, or whatever. Me growing up in my household, it wasn't necessary. It wasn't that. It wasn't like this open door policy where I can go talk to my pops like, "Hey, Dad, you know what I'm saying? I met this girl one day, or I'm having a problem with this chick one day." It was always, whenever I talked to my dad, it was always, "What your grades look like? What do you think about?" It was always sports, the typical dad talk. You know what I'm saying? And so the same thing with my mom too. It wasn't an open book thing. I kind of had to sneak in, say, "Hey, so I met this girl at school," and it always went back to, "So what's your grades like? When you get these grades right, then we'll talk about this. You going out on dates and whatnot." So when it came time for me and her to talk, I'll be real. It was difficult for me to kind of communicate my feelings or how shit was going on. If she did something I didn't like, it was hard for me to express that shit. It was hard for me to express like, "Yo, I don't like how you doing this. Let's talk about it." Or if she would ask me something like, "How you think I'm doing this?" It was hard for me to express that. So I think it all goes back to also how you growing up, because if you grow up in a household that's closed off, you gonna grow up closed off. If you grow up in a household that's open, like hers was, you gonna grow up being able to communicate or in your terms be able to check anybody about what's going on that you don't like.
Can I speak on that?
It's all, yeah, go ahead.
I mean, and sometimes like you said, sometimes that's a good factor and sometimes a bad. I think it's a good thing. It's just the way of the perspective for how you look at things. Like, same thing with what I'm going with, my relationship. It came out to be a positive. Because you live in one way, and now here comes I'm living a different way, and I communicate a different way. So I can be a relief in her life. Just because I'm used to one way of living and you used to another way. So that can make the relationship even stronger. Me, I come from a background, I had both parents. And I had my mom I was able to talk to. You feel me? My dad, he was kind of like your dad. You know what I mean? So understanding that's a good thing. And then here comes my girl. They don't have that kind of relationship. So sometimes things happens. She deal with chaos better than I am. I'm an organized person. I have things kind of in line. You know what I mean? And sometimes that's a positive thing. Okay, you're not able to take care of that. I can pick up on that, organize that in your life. And when I have chaos on my end, when I'm going crazy, you can work around that chaos. You see what I'm saying? So it's a positive for you.
I feel like you need people like that.
That makes
who
me
know how to
feel
move in chaos.
Yeah.
Because some folks can't handle that shit.
My bad, go ahead.
Nah, that's all I was saying. I like you need people who can move in chaos because some people they can't handle this.
Right.
I also think it has to do with that mentality, being willing to, let that person come into your life and to help you deal with that kind of chaos. You know what I'm saying? Or help you open up or whatever and deal with certain situations. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much going back to what you're saying. You need people who can deal with certain stuff in your life that you didn't kind of, you're not ready or you don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, in a relationship, you need to have that balance, but at the same time, you have to be willing to find that balance. Like you have to care about that person enough to where it's like, okay, I'm willing to go all in for you if you willing to go all in for me. It can't be no one side.
That shit's scary sometimes.
I got a question for all y'all. You ever heard it's 50-50%. Like you gotta bring your 50, I gotta bring my 50.
Yeah,
and that makes it 100.
Yeah.
Like, do y'all believe in that? Cause like I know how I feel about me. I wait till.
I don't think any. I don't really do relationships, but from
he covered his church.
From what I'm saying, I don't think any relationship can truly be 50-50. I think one person kind of gives more. I don't mean it's a bad thing, but in a relationship, it's usually one person that likes the other person more. I think.
Ooh. Say more. Like in a sense, you say that one person like the person, and it's funny because I had that conversation too. Somebody fall in love with someone first, right?
Right. Yeah, that's true. Right.
And that happens, right?
Yeah.
And so you gradually kind of grabbing them by the hand, and you come on now.
Yeah. Like you dragging them with that wagon.
I was that person to get dragged, bro.
Get in the wagon. Hey, but I mean,
it's nothing wrong. I mean,
right. It's nothing wrong with it. It can definitely be a healthy ass relationship, but I don't think two people can love each other exactly the same amount. I don't think you can put a 50-50 on it. Just like our bodies are not symmetrical, I don't think anything in this world really is truly symmetrical as far as,
It's a big number.
Right.
Our bodies ain't true. I thought you like.
I mean, it is, but I mean, like, nobody has like the exact same measurements throughout their body. Like,
No, okay.
Well, somebody's ear may be a little bit bigger, even though it don't look that way, or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So,
Cause I'm like, and what I learned in like biology was,
yeah,
Look,
that's what I meant.
You
Like,
lied. Okay, let's go ahead and take that. But that shit that's funny because now I'm definitely looking at people like
women like
your
one
ears look bigger than the left ear.
like women one titty is bigger than the other one. Always.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. Unless you guys.
I met a girl who had like one big titty, one small titty.
Right,
I know a girl that had
stay away from her.
Extra long.
Why?
Let me jump in. Can I jump off the
Go ahead.
the point off the what you just made, not the extra long titty part, but what you just said.
Right on.
I thought you was gonna go in.
Hey, Alan was ready.
Sign me up.
You know somebody them long titty bitch?
Alan was ready for that.
What you know about that? I know a little something. Right?
Yeah, I know a little bit. No, so I totally agree with you. Like, even when you broke down like 50-50, dealing with the relationship, it's not exactly gonna be one person gonna love another person. It's not gonna be exactly the same percent. But it's not just about the percent of love in a relationship. It's how much you putting in or being able to carry. So sometimes somebody might be, for instance, might be not working at the time, or they stressing about their job, and you doing well on your side. You You wake up early in the morning, you feeling good. You done drunk you some coffee, you done went to work, before you went to work out, and you ready to rock and roll, and then your girl, she's down and out, or vice versa. So now y'all woke up with 2 different %. Yeah. Someone's pissed off, but you really like, I'm chilling, man. I just smoked me a blunt, I'm good.
Right.
Like, what you talking about? So it's just two different. It's just too many. It's two different elements, and so do you really care about that person? Just be like, okay, I'm on 70, you on 30. Let me give you that 20% of mine to get you right here where we were level at 50-50.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's going all back to what you stated early with the Kevin video. You know what I mean? You care about your print. You care about height and where was much money, 6 figures, all this shit. That's what you care about, right? But you looking at, and I don't know if he's seeing it that way, but you looking at the wrong thing, girl. That's not gonna get you your kids right. That's not gonna get your life right. Money, plays a role. Yes, it does. Yeah. And maybe that's what you think that's gonna get you right with your kids. Okay, true enough. But what's gonna get you where your kids need to be at is how much does that man will bring you up, not just financially, but emotionally, spiritually, and all those things. That all plays a role in that. So I'm just bringing it up as a 50-50%.
And my man preaching it. That's real stuff. Because there's only so much money can do for you. Money's not. A lot of people look at money as like this big elevating thing that, like, if I get this X amount of money, I'll be able to do this now, and I'll be able to do that now. But in reality, money is really just it just magnifies you of who you are. Like, if you would. Like Medea, I'll never forget that shit. And when Medea said it the best, or Tyler Perry, who the fuck he want to be called. But he was like, money's just a magnifying. If you a dummy without money, you're going to be a dummy with money.
You're going to be probably a bigger dummy with money, though.
Right.
Or no.
I feel like money just brings out more of who you are.
More opportunities to mess up.
Yeah. I used to have this thing where I was tell people, like, man, if I ever got rich when I was young, man, I might not make it to the age I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? Because I could probably just be out doing way more wild shit. Like, I wouldn't have been grounded. You know what I'm saying?
How the fuck you gonna ground me? I'm the money maker in this house.
Yeah. I mean, like, grounded, like, level headed. You know,
I fuck with it. He said when he was younger.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, he's speaking on being humble. That's what he's talking about. Like, it's a level of humbleness that comes with money, or in life in general. And sometimes that's why I feel like when people say, man, I wish I had money, money don't fix, like you said, money don't fix all issues. So I mean, if you really think about it, sometimes you got to be in a situation to know how to handle what's coming to you. You know, Tyler Perry was homeless before he became a millionaire. Now he actually knew what to do with money when it came to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit, but is you gonna cry in this Toyota or this Maybach?
Freddie did that right.
Freddie Gibbs
did that right.
Shit.
That's true.
If I had the money, if I had that much money,
Lord knows what you would do, bro. I couldn't even.
I'll be doing the same exact shit I'm doing now, but on a whole nother level, on a bigger scale.
What the fuck I'd be doing? I'd be on some wild shit, probably.
Like, I feel like it just depends on, man, the age that you get it at, and the level headed or the people that is around you. Because it's like sometimes when you're young and you think about money, it's like, man, when I get this kind of money, I'm gonna move out this neighborhood and I'm gonna go do this, and I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna fly around the world. But as you get older, and it's like, dang, I got this kind of money, what can I do to help my community where I grew up?
Personality traits, too.
Right. That too. It's like what you gonna do.
Older.
What you gonna do with that money to help where you came from? Because there's just like you came from that place. There's another person in there who's looking for an opportunity to get to that place, or who needs some guidance to get to where you want to be, right? So it's like if you were to get that money and you just leave and you never come back, how are you helping anybody? How are you gonna help your younger brother? How are you gonna help somebody else get this world about them or build something up about them? So it's like at this point now, I was that kid, like, man, if I get money, I'm about to go buy maybe I put my kids in boom, boom, boom. But now as I get money now, if I was like to get Jay-Z rich or fucking Oprah rich, it'd be more so, how much can I put back into my community that I came from? Because I know that I'm lucky enough to even make it out of the place that I came from. I'm lucky to even make it to the age that I am. To even reach 20, 18, that's a blessing. And I know a lot of people think like, bro, I came from Jacksonville, Florida. Oh, that's the suburbs. Yeah, but a lot of people don't understand, bro. There's different parts of this north side, south side. I grew up with a mixed pot. I grew up knowing a lot of people from the west side, a lot of people from the north side and south side. And I know a lot of those people are not around anymore. I know a lot of them locked up. Most of them didn't even make it out of high school. So it's like, just to be able to, if I can even just get this X amount of money and be able to put it back and make my community, my black community, more safer, so where we can grow the way that we need to grow, whether it's mentally, spiritually, and physically, to be able to help. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the mindset that I have now. When I was younger, that's not there. You more worried about you. And then it's just, that's facts. That's just what
I
it
feel
is.
like it depends because I feel like, you know, like you said, the mindset ain't got to be there. But at the same time, like, shit, you get older, it could still be about you.
There you go.
Yeah.
It might be about you even more. Because it's like, I'm older now. I have to worry about, you know, my future, my family's future. And, you know, that's what's so fucked up about the world today because all this shit going on, and it's like people too busy. People can't worry about, or hold on, let me say this. People, they don't take the time to help out the next person because they too busy trying to like fix their life and get their life in order. So it's difficult. But having that, you know, being rich, having a lot of money, you know, it changes that because then you have the means to not only help you, but like the next person. But at the same time, you know, what Cruz saying, you know, personality traits, you know, what type of person you is determines like how you gonna spend that money, what you gonna do with it. So
I agree 100%. Also, the people around you. That's another big factor.
yeah, man, I heard Jay-Z say like money don't change you, it change the people around you.
That's 100% true.
And then he was like, I think he said, you know, he was saying like, oh, you got that money, you change, like what you would expect for me to stay the same.
It's not even the money. It's just the levels of where you're going in life. That plays a role. Like levels of going where you're taking it to. That person might not understand where you want to take it to. They might think it's you fake, or you're not real, or you're not authentic. But how can you say I'm not authentic? But I'm myself. I'm my own person. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I feel like that plays a role in life. You battling everybody else's opinion. Are you gonna listen to everybody else, or are you gonna listen to what God already paid the role for? That role right there is paid for you. Are you gonna follow that, or you gonna follow other people's opinion? Because you're gonna get people's opinion regardless of where you turn to. You can go the other route and stay there in the hood, stay chilling, whatever you're gonna do, and you still gonna have to deal with that hate. It's just gonna be a different type of hate. It's just gonna be, and I don't mean to say it like that, but poor people's mentality hate. You're gonna deal with it regardless. You're gonna deal with it. They're gonna try to take you out right there in the hood, or they're gonna take you out regardless if you try. So where you want to be at in your life, you know what I mean? That's the battle that you continuously deal with, and then you're gonna deal with that through everything y'all stated before, relationships and all. You're gonna deal with all of that, but you have to be on the same path with whoever's in your life. On the same path. You gotta let that be on the same wavelength. Because if not, then it's bound to fail, man. I don't know. That's a continuous like battle, bro. I can talk about it all day. I think we didn't talk about that, man. But I'm curious about you, man, because like I said, I like how your mindset is when it comes to stuff. Like you had the mindset of, man, like to be honest with you, I don't give a fuck. Like I can see that.
He don't.
You really don't. You really do. But that's the shit. That's what's gonna rub somebody. And it's the truth, right? Rub somebody the wrong way, that's gonna bring that's gonna bring the truth out of them. You know what I mean?
And I think pretty much that pretty much came from how I grew up. As pretty much the important years. I'm gonna say the important years of a young man's life as he's transitioning from like middle school into high school. Uh, I went and lived with my older brother for that whole time. My older brother's like 14 years older than me, so I grew up with him, and he was pretty straight. He was straightforward. He kept it real with me in a way as a parent, but also as an older sibling. So it was like a perfect blend where he'd be like he could look at me and say, "Look, motherfucker, this so and so, this is this," and I appreciated that. You know what I mean? I ain't like that shit then, but I appreciated it early by the time I finished school. But that's I feel like that's a big
So you kind of like
big
that.
variable where that came
So
from.
that mindset, at the end of the day, that mindset is what you kind of carry on
With
with the subject matters and the ideas that you come with.
Right.
Now, pretty much. Okay.
Like,
So-
pretty straightforward and blunt with it.
Straightforward and blunt.
Yeah, so I feel like money definitely can I don't think it changes you, but I think it can bring out what's already in you that you probably might not show like coming up, some people are more reserved, they might be, shy and whatnot. But they get that money, they might turn into a completely different person, you know what I'm saying? Throwing dollars, throwing bills, all kind of, and that's just an
Yeah.
example. It could be
That's Larry. Hey, that's Larry all the way.
Yeah,
When you take it
it can be something completely different. And with the I know you was talking about giving back into the community or whatnot growing up, but I feel like people shouldn't expect that from people, because at the end of the day it's not their money.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything to get it. But I agree. I like what you were saying. Like, I agree with what you were saying, but I know how it is.
Yeah.
Like if somebody say, I don't, this is my money, I don't want to donate shit to charity, shit, that's your money. Like, I can't be upset about it. Like,
So
it
that's
is
how you
what it
feel
is.
about people
You have that
policing
right.
money.
What you mean? Like
That's-
saying this is what you need to do with your money, and this how, what you mean? What
Yeah.
you saying?
All right, so I follow Moneybag Yo, and he posted a picture.
A lot of people do that. Oh, sorry.
Shut up, bro. So he posted a picture and he was like saying like, he was showing off his watches or a chain or some shit. And then I'm looking at the comments and somebody commented up under the picture saying like, "Yo, why you spending all that money on that jewelry, man? You could have gave that back to the hood or help some poor kids out and stuff like that." So
And that's bullshit.
Yeah. I mean,
It's what you gonna say?
like, it's like I get. Okay, go ahead. Because it's like it is bullshit in a sense. I guess because like if you been in the hood, you kind of know. Like if you live in the hood, you know. Like, bro, if you give money back, okay, that don't really mean much to. It ain't really
Probably gonna fuck that money off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
like they
It's possible.
like what's the
It's
Condoleezza Rice built that place. I don't know what she had built down here or whatever. That shit ain't last.
Well, I don't know about that, but I definitely know about my stimulus check.
For real.
I'm just saying, bro. I ain't want to step, over the camera, but you know what I'm saying.
Hey.
But like that's just 100. The stimulus check, man. I
That
was over
didn't-
here looking at how much money they was talking about. Joe Biden talking about putting up, and he's talking about. I think he said about. I don't know. He said about. I don't know. I said 10 billion or something like that.
They said it was a 10 billion stimulus.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I
Something
heard
around
about that. Yeah.
So and we did the math. My girl did the math and everything. We came out like 2,700 per
A
person.
piece.
So how much money what you would do with 2,700? You just hit your pockets and you broke. And you see them new J's that's coming out that Saturday.
Bro,
Me?
that shit is
Off the
Go get them
rip.
J's.
I get
Right.
2,700. I'm buying me some shoes.
You know them J's
Off
bought
the rip. That's me.
Yeah, like you get.
That's me though. It's
and then that.
I feel like
yeah, you good.
my bad.
You good.
I feel like you can't really police nobody on their money because that's their money. They work hard for that money.
If
So
you asking for somebody to invest their money into the community, you're asking for the wrong thing. It's not the money that you need to invest into the community. You need to invest the education of what to do with the money. into
Exactly.
The community.
because
agree with
I was watching an interview with Jay-Z, and they was talking about like him buying Marcy projects or something like that. And he was saying, you know, it wouldn't be no point because, you know, he buy the projects, then what?
They just
He'll just own the projects. You know, it wouldn't be like, I guess they were saying like, you know, maybe people might change or act differently because they know that Jay-Z.
That would never
But
change.
Bro, come on,
that's-
hey, he bought.
but he was-
bought the Nets,
Man,
bro.
please.
That shit ain't.
And
that
then he
shit
was
ain't
like,
good
you
I got
know,
a great example.
he was
Michael
like, you
Jordan.
know,
Like,
you can't change the mentality.
of the
You know,
people.
yeah, he was basically saying like the mentality of the people have to change. Like me buying the projects ain't really gonna do nothing. So basically, what you were saying, you know, like putting that money in people's pockets. You know, they can take that money, buy it on drugs, buy it
How
on
many?
shoes.
Everybody in here got a stimulus check, right? Okay, let's not even put that out there. Almost not everybody in here should have got that stimulus check. How many people actually spent that money on what it was meant for?
Oh, I actually paid for put that towards my last semester of school. So it was.
Big ups, 'cause that's that shit.
Appreciate it. That shit came in cluck. I was like, damn.
But like, not even.
I ain't want to pay for that shit. So
Like,
that
let's
came
be
through. I
real.
was like, yeah.
Just like Cruz was saying, you get a $12,000 check, and you broke. You know there's some new Jordans coming out. You know Fashion Nova finna get on sale. You know all this nice stuff's finna go. Like what you really,
You
the
left
stuff
with-
that you really about to. You
You
should
left for
spend it on, you know what
150,
I'm saying?
and you left for 150, and that's gonna go towards your baby mama. That month, you feel me? And then,
Man, that
Yeah,
shit ain't
it's
funny
too
because that shit
much
happened to my homeboy. He got his stimulus check and he was like,
Straight
Straight gone.
child support took
Straight gone.
all this shit.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
damn, nigga, you ain't had nothing.
And
You're like,
that go-
hell no,
and
I
that
ain't had
runs
shit.
straight back
Yeah.
into what
I
y'all
didn't ever
talk
live
about
that
in the
life. Just put
beginning.
that out there, golly, I put that on record. But I'm just saying, I understand.
Oh, we,
Hey, for real though. A lot of people when that stimulus check hit, it didn't really do much, honestly. Like think about when the stimulus checks actually came out, how much damage was already done.
It was rough. That shit
It
hit in
was
the summer,
already
didn't it?
rough.
It hit in the summer, didn't it? Yeah.
Like COVID came out in
Worst time
March.
to catch COVID.
That didn't come out until like stimulus checks didn't come out till like what?
May or June.
May or June? Too much damage has been done just for $12,000.
All I know is,
it really wasn't enough for real.
Well, shoot, America's already in bankrupt. But how much you want from them?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I know, and I love my president, the new president. I'm saying, you gotta catch that. Pow.
President is white.
Not
Click,
orange.
clack.
Not orange. But the whole point I was saying is like,
Oh,
I
man.
understand, but if that stimulus check
Not worried.
come around, the new classic weekend.
Stop, bruh. Stop.
We done.
Stop. Hey. All you know, there's
gonna be Armageddon,
a whole
goddamn.
bunch of new old
He's
school
lying.
niggas rolling out
He's
there.
not lying about that.
Hey, man.
He's not
I'm
lying.
telling
Hey,
you,
man, they
it's
be-
gonna drop right around that time.
They
That's just
gonna
how
drop.
life is.
I might have to get out of Birmingham. I might have to go. I might have to go up north.
man, because there's too much temptation if you get a $2,000 check and you live in
Yeah.
Birmingham.
Then just imagine if that COVID shot dropped around the same time.
Oh, it's over, bro.
It's done. People finna get that COVID shot and then be out there.
They might put the COVID shot in the damn stimulus package. You want to pick up your check, you got to get the shot.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Man, let me stop talking.
Cause you giving them, you know this stuff,
I
bro.
was
You
gonna
giving
throw
them
another
advice.
idea.
They out
I
there
was
like,
They writing all this
Hey,
shit.
get some on the phone right now.
You want this
We finna
money,
get him
you
on
gotta
this
get
one.
this
Man, you
vaccine.
messed up.
Hey, all I ask is that y'all pay me. Goddamn,
Nah,
y'all
you-
taking my shit.
You're gonna be over there twerking. Oh, we're gonna be over there having the shakes. But nah, I'm just over here seeing it, man. I'm too bad I had that shake that son. But no, for real, like the whole thing I seen with this, man, I just feel like at the end of the day, if we can teach people, like if it's in our community,
Yeah.
exactly what to do with the money, that would solve all the issues. I won't say all, but it would say at least start
Most of it.
a new foundation for our kids, for our families, and everything. And like I said, Larry, you learn new stuff every day. I know everybody in here learning new stuff every day, what to do with their money. Shoot, I just talked to somebody that's really getting money, and they just said, "Hey, what you doing with your money? You invest into the
Stock market.
stock, not just stock market, but the The
Real estate.
that too. I wish I got my house. You know what I mean? That's an investment. But you also got a coin base too.
Bitcoin and shit.
And you already know. So I'm like, man, I don't believe that.
Talking about like Bitcoin?
Bitcoin, all that stuff.
It's like
what's that
it's
currency?
like 3 of them.
Cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
So it's like
I don't know.
It's
I
just,
don't really trust that.
But then you say that, then you don't know what to trust these days,
Bro.
It's gonna change. It's gonna be huge. Like later in the future, internet.
It's already there.
Big.
Like
It's already
Cryptocurrency.
It's not normal
As
now,
income.
but it's gonna be as
That's
we
why.
keep going.
That's why a lot of people when they
It's gonna get normal.
As
It's gonna
income.
become normal.
That's when a lot of people jump into your inbox like, hey, what you doing? And they hit you with that whole script or whatever the fuck they want to say. Pay attention to that, because that, it might not seem like anything now, but 10, 15, 20 years from now, you're going to be looking at them like, hold on, wait. I was just living next door to this dude. How was he flying from LA to France and all these other places? And like, go back to your inbox and you're going to find out how
But
you
it's just the idea of
That
being
shit
ahead. It's just about being ahead. You cannot,
Yeah.
and we always like to point fingers at the Nets. You know what I mean? But
I won't necessarily say I don't trust it, but it's like with the cryptocurrency, it's like first I heard of Bitcoin. Then I heard it was something else. It was like it's so many names popping up, and it's like what to really.
it's a difference in all the stuff, but it all adds. It's just like in stock.
It's all the same, but it's just different names.
You be looking at stock, there's different ways of investing in stock. There's different things that you need to know the ins and outs. Like I didn't know this until you dig in. It's like, oh, it's different details that you wouldn't know. And I think if the more you know, the more you would do. You know what I'm saying? If you actually had the proper knowledge on something, you would do.
And I invested into the
I
stock
agree
market a
with
little bit. I actually made a little change.
I agree with that, but I do believe that we overestimate how many people actually want to learn
There you go.
things like that.
Woo! There we go. That's the question. That is the question I asked.
I think a lot of people don't really give a damn about it. Like you can bring it up, it be like, oh, it sounds good, but
Like everybody
Because
gonna
they don't believe.
actually-
They don't believe in the future. They believe in the now.
Exactly.
I won't even necessarily say. Well, I feel like that too. They don't believe in the future. They believe in now. But I think it's almost like they comfortable where they at because it's familiar, and they afraid of the future. They afraid of taking that chance and taking that leap of faith. Let me take this little bit of money and invest that. Or instead of doing that, it's like, no, let me put this money because I know if I spend my money, I know if I buy them J's, I'm gonna get them J's
right then and there.
right then and there.
Just like you said,
It's hard. It's
I
hard
know
to change
they
your
want
way
it
of
now.
thinking.
Exactly.
That's probably the hardest thing to do. Change how you think.
What's that shit called?
I feel like you gotta get fed up enough, man. You gotta get upset enough.
I fuck with that too. It's true. I think that's very true.
I feel like you gotta get fed up enough. Like,
How much longer do you want to walk around
It's like
looking
when
rich than actually being rich? Think like actually sitting down like how much do I want to like just I got nice J's, I got this nice fit on, I look like $1 million.
Thank you.
But then you look in your
Oh,
man.
come on. What you talking about? Me?
Oh shit, with this?
I'm
Yeah,
fucking with
this
you,
been my
but,
closet for years.
Appreciate it.
But no, it's like how much. Okay, I look this way, but then you look, you open your checking account. I just spent my last $200 on these, nice outfit.
Yeah, like me, I've been saying it for years. When I finish paying this car off, it's a Nissan, a little small Nissan. Man, I'm not buying another car until that motherfucker break in half.
I'm gonna tell you, that's the right mindset to have. But
Right. I'm not
For you.
worried about getting another car.
stack up your money, bro, and invest in something else.
Right.
Until you can't. Until that thing is like you dragging it,
Yeah, exactly.
Until
and it will make the noise just like it's dragging.
Oh yeah.
You got 2 horses pulling your joint. That's still horsepower.
Damn, and
That sounds stupid.
luckily,
Yeah,
they say
it's still
Nissans last a while. So
I'm gonna tell you right now, believe it, but don't believe it.
Right.
I used to drive a Nissan Maxima. I'm driving a Ford Taurus that's out there right now.
for real.
I'm just saying. But it will last. It lasts me about 8 years. But that's, in general, I totally agree. You straight, bro? Oh, man, I'm about
Jerel, take the seat for a little bit.
But,
Hey, yo, what up?
but yeah, man.
What time to shine?
At the end of the day, I'm weak.
Hey, how you feel me?
That was your moment, man.
It's my moment, man. Hey, welcome to the motherfucking camera view, baby.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
They know what I look like.
You got enough. I got
Turn the light up real quick.
brighten this up a little
Turn the
bit
light
more
up.
for
Come
you,
on.
bro. You
Come
really
on.
need it.
I need to be light skinned by the
Oh, my bad.
What you doing?
My bad for you. My bad. You need it. You right.
Bro, go outside and get one of them lamps outside, bro. I need. Even with this light, I still.
Yeah, you saw good.
Hey, man, and look, I actually, since we on this, I'm looking at my phone right now. I'm gonna bring this up about the money thing, the money thing, and then I think we need to start trying to wrap it up.
Yeah.
But as far as like changing your mindset, I know I was asking Larry, he can come back in here soon, but I was asking him how he feels about what they call scalpers. I call them resellers, but as far as like with the shoe game, people buying shoes, flipping shoes for a bigger profit.
Yeah.
People buying PlayStations, flipping PlayStations for a bigger profit, and that kind of like I used to hate it, but now I'm like, you can't not. The game is the game. People trying to. It's actually smart.
You can't hate the player. You gotta hate the game.
Yeah, exactly. And I was telling people, actually, I just sold a PlayStation myself, actually. So actually, I sold a couple, but
PlayStation 5.
yeah. So say what?
Salute.
Right. So what I'm saying is,
Yeah, they definitely ain't gonna see me now.
Well, let's say this. That means the battery died, and that means
It's time to go.
Yep. And that's why I
right, but like when you basically getting your money up, you stacking your money, you saving it, and I feel like that goes into a mindset too of wanting better for yourself in like a small sample of it, you know.
Like you, as much as people hate that all these bots and these people are buying up all these PS5s, at the end of the day, that's a smart business move. It's a business move. Like, the way that you went about it, like, you could have, stacked your money up, and you knew the PlayStation 5 was coming out, but you could have stacked your money up and then did it that way, but you got all these bots to buy them up. Look, that's here or there, but at the end of the day, that's just a good business move on their behalf. You can't get upset about them doing their job, making their business. You can't get upset about that.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. And it's the thing is, they wouldn't do it if people weren't buying it. Like, you gotta realize,
why would I go buy a PS1 when I know people ain't buying a PS1?
Right, and then at the same token, like, people gotta realize there's people out there with big money to a point where they like, I don't give a damn. I want the PS5 now. I'll spend $1,200 on it. $1,200 ain't shit to me.
Right. Unless you like a YouTuber and they just give that joint to you for free just so they can get the promotion. That's different
true.
though.
But yeah, like I like I said, I used to hate them. I used to be like, man, fuck this shit. But then I had to adjust to it, you know.
So it's upsetting the people now, but that's been going on for years.
Years, very much so.
The only difference why they upset about it now is because, well, obviously the situation that's going on with COVID and everything. A lot of people are out of jobs and they trying to. It's Christmas time. They want to get their kids or whatever. But I have one of my best friends, his dad, growing up, he used to sell Hot Wheels cars. Like, and you think that's silly now, but back in like the 2000s and the 90s, Hot Wheels cars, those were the shits. A lot of people would pay big money, especially if it was like the first 10. There's people out there that'll pay a good 1,000 plus, 2,000 plus just to get that car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I used to look at it like, man, that's silly. Hot Wheels? Cars? Like, come on, man. That's not making money. But then he showed me, and that shit was booming. You selling cars for like 300, 500, 5,000, like just depending on how rare it is. But even then, you got to think about it too. What's his name? Gary V. He still goes, he used to go, he still does like going out to garage sales, buying, stuff and reselling it at a higher price.
It's a mindset.
You know what I'm saying? It's a hustle. And if you ain't willing to hustle for it, then you can't get upset for them hustling and you not. You really guys gotta clap your hands and okay, touche.
Right.
And get up on your game next time.
That's one thing. Get up on your game. It's like I got one. You could have got one too. You put in the work for the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
It sounds like
it sounds like an asshole move. Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like an asshole move, but that's pretty much how life is in general.
You win some, you lose some. You lost that one. It is what it is. Now, what you gonna do after that loss is what is what basically is gonna define everything after that. Okay, you didn't get that PS5. Okay, and what? What you gonna do next? You gonna sit around and cry about it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna pout, or
they're gonna be widely distributed in a couple months. Like it's gonna be nothing to walk in the store and get one in a little while.
Right. What January you come around, February come around.
Right, Pat,
Right.
Right. You come around. That joint's gonna be what? In stores, chilling. At some point in time, they're gonna be overstocked on them.
That's true. You what Larry went?
He went outside. Oh, I ain't meant to put his business out there, but he outside.
Okay, I got you. Well, pretty much that's pretty much our episode for this week.
Yes.
But
hopefully y'all got this was probably wasn't the
the best ending.
Yeah, the best ending, but hopefully you guys got a lot out of it, a lot of tokens out of it, a lot of information.
Right.
Hey man, you're gonna have to sit in that chair, bro.
So you might need
it's my time to shine, bro. I'm sorry.
that is it.
Yeah, it's your time.
Nah, I don't see that, bro. You gonna let y'all. This is what we do. Cut it off real quick, and then you can stop right here, and then probably restart it again to end out the video if y'all want to.
But for the most part,
You don't do all that.
y'all
You sure you
comment,
or you just gonna
subscribe.
chop it up?
Yeah, I can cut it. I can chop it up.
Would it be easier to chop it up in two separate ones, or?
It would be easy for me to chop it up.
Okay,
Instead of just stop
come
the
on.
video.
Okay. See what? All right, just switch up real quick.
Well, guys, that was my time to shine.
Right, I'm done. Well, you missed that too. Well, you missed that. Well, I mean, you missed the whole light going on and everything, man. I switched up the battery for you, so you can light went out. Yeah, man.
That's all I miss.
I'm out here
I
looking
miss
at
no good convo.
Oh, you missed a great combo. That was talking about the PS5s, but you know that's from I don't know.
my niggas hating.
Hi, you want to touch the subject, man? You good?
What subject?
What you talking about the PS5s, or you gonna?
Oh no, we can cut this shit. I gotta get me some food.
Yeah, never mind, brother.
I ain't ate shit since
I gotta go make that move too. So yeah, I just go and start eating off.
End y'all joint the right way.
But I ain't gonna lie, yeah, eating off the right way because it really, to me, I think it was a great podcast.
Really think so?
I think it came out really.
Y'all
my opinion. I mean, I'm not the main guy on it, so whatever y'all feel, bro. Nah, don't start. He about to jump back in.
Okay, cool.
He gonna jump back in. Then he can just chop it.
But no, y'all, I enjoyed it, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously, you know what I'm saying, we all came in with like different intentions as far as like this is, y'all show. Obviously, I would like to be a part of it. But I know y'all came in with like y'all wanted to jump in different ways. But I think like, man, just the information and the different mindsets just between all four of us, just getting that information out, it helps so much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody, even though this might have been, normal conversation between all of us, somebody needed to hear something, that we talked about. Somebody might be going through some, relationship stuff. Some people might be going through some financial, whatever. Educate yourself on your finance. You can't hate play. You really gotta hate the game. You just get your hustle up. Stop crying. Stop being, a sucker. If you a man, you know what I'm saying? You just expectation, bro. That's everything, bro. Your mindset going into the relationships that you know what you about to get yourself into. Know what you want. Stand your ground. Ladies, do y'all thing. You know what I'm saying? My man Allan here is single.
I don't know if he's spitting bars.
You know what I'm saying?
You
1, 2, 3.
I didn't know you was spitting bars.
I just straight up freestyle that, bro.
Yes, you really did.
To wrap up what you were saying, I feel like at the end of the day, you gotta know yourself, man. You gotta know yourself.
I agree with that. If you don't know, then work on it. Cause I mean, people change often. Like a lot of people, you can be a different person today than you were even 3-4 months ago. So it's best to keep evolving, keep growing, work on becoming the best version of yourself that you can be.
Educate yourself.
Educate yourself on topics. Yeah, pretty much.
Educate yourself. Educate yourself. Educate yourself.
Definitely.
Nobody's gonna do it for you.
Man, the internet is full of damn information. Make sure that shit make sure it's good information though. Don't be out here
Cause you can't be misinformed.
right.
Be going to these toxic ones. Like,
Right. Don't be
I'm sorry.
You can if you want to.
looking at what's that shit you said last time about men causing holes in the ozone layer and shit. Don't listen to no bullshit like that.
Yeah, that was some bullshit.
But yeah, man, we gonna get ready to wrap this thing up, man. Thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of the Broken Mic Podcast. Once again,
Yes, sir.
I am your host, Alan Green.
Larry James.
I am
Yo.
We want to thank Cruz for
Definitely.
coming through in the clutch with the lights,
Yes, sir. I
Appreciate
y'all,
you,
man.
I think this might be,
with the opinions.
Got to support the squad. You already know.
Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you,
man.
sir. Thank you, sir.
A special shout out to Jerel, aka WIT,
AKA Mr. Jump Right In. You know what I'm talking
Hey,
about.
Mr.
know what
AKA
I'm saying?
Dark
Mr.
Knight.
Jump Right In on WIT.
Darkness. Tyler Burford.
All right, y'all. Y'all take care. Be easy.
Y'all take it easy, man.